Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Masjid Al Taqwa's last Taleem of January, the Islamic reboot. Today we'll be talking about developing programming from youth, led by our beautiful sister, Sister Jamila Mayoun, who most of you know, but for folks that are watching this that don't know, Sister Jamila has been a leader in the community for quite a long time, making sure that youth are taken care of at every turn, from Taleems to Eid celebrations. So very much appreciated. And so we want to welcome all of you. I'm Dr. Aisha El-Amin, and on behalf of the Taleem Committee, which is myself, Brother Dr. Lionel Allen, and Dr. Gloria Bashir, we bring you our Taleems that you can view on YouTube. If you go to Masjid Taqwa Chicago's YouTube page, you can view those. And on behalf of the resident Imam Tariq El-Amin. So we're very excited about the topic today. We know that our youth are our future. And so we encourage you to engage in the conversation and give us your thoughts and your ideas. And I'm going to hand the mic over to Sister Jamila, who will be leading the discussion today.
Okay, Assalamu alaikum. I want to start by, of course, saying Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu Muhammadan Rasulullah. And I want to say that we start this meeting, and I thank you for opening with the dua, sister. We start this meeting with our intention. We just had a wonderful Taleem a couple of weeks ago about intention. And he made the point that we need to be very intentional. So anytime you start a new endeavor, can you hear me?
Yes, I just muted them. Believers, when you come in, please mute yourselves. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay. But anytime you start a new endeavor, you want to start, of course, if you're Muslim, with the intention. And even in the business world, everything starts. If you go for a grant, if you go for a business application, the first thing they ask you is, what is your mission statement? What's your goal? What's your purpose? So we have to be very intentional. And so as we think about reaching out to our youth, and the topic of this was originally supposed to be connecting to our youth. We have to think about why do we want to do this with our youth? In fact, if you have kids like I do, their frequent question is, if I say we're going to do this, the first thing I get back is, why, mom, why? And so we have to be clear with our intention. Why is this important to us? And for me, it becomes important when I think about, first of all, on a personal level, our children and their well-being. If you truly believe, as I do, that Islam gives them the tools that they're sighing. If you truly believe, as I do, that Islam gives them the tools that they need to thrive in this world, then of course it becomes the most important tool you want to give to them. Recently, this became really hit home for me, because one thing that's greatly motivating me is I see our youth struggling a lot with mental health issues, physical health issues, but the mental health issues. As within my circle, two of the youth that I knew have perished by their own hands. They committed suicide. And a third had an unsuccessful attempt. And these are Muslim children who come from loving Muslim families. And I'm thinking, how are we not connecting with our kids? And what tools are they missing that doesn't give them something to fall back on when they feel stressed? And are we, as a Muslim community, doing everything that we can to bring them into our circle, to help them feel that they are loved, that they are valued, that they are needed? So that's one component. We need to, I see our children struggling, and we need to say, what can we do to aid in their struggle? So that's one component. But the other component also comes from, if we say La ilaha illallah Muhammadun Rasulullah, then we're saying that we are in this battle that Prophet Muhammad started, that we are all tasked with the same mission that he was tasked with, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Almost 1500 years ago, Allah put very clearly in the Quran, your mission is to deliver this message. And as those of us who follow in these generations that follow, that mission has not changed. So are we delivering the message to our youth? Are we making sure that this message continues? Because that's our charge. That's our charge. So we need to start, first of all, with firm intention that we want to help our children, and we also want to secure our future, deliver the message, and secure our future. Because as we are heartbreakingly, painfully being reminded by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala all the time, we are losing people left and right. And so when you're in a battle, when your front line, you start to lose people in your front line, you need more people pushing towards the front if you're not going to surrender. And we're not going to surrender. So we need more people pushing forward to the front of those lines as we lose people. May Allah have mercy on them, because we need this to continue. So we are threefold in our purpose: help our youth to thrive in this world that is collapsing around them morally. The value systems around them are collapsing, fading away. And people think that it's not important because they say, oh, do what you like, do what you want, just enjoy yourself, just enjoy your life. But we see the effects of that on our youth, on the society in general, when people just literally do whatever they want. We have to have a structure. Our lives, our very bodies down to the cells are based on structure. So we have to have a structure. We have to have a framework. This is what's going to support them. If we believe that Islam is what is going to support them, then of course we have to have that structure. And we want to continue the message of our that Allah tasked Prophet Muhammad to deliver, and now that task falls to us. And we want to also secure our future. So we have our mission, we have our values, we have our statement. The next thing is, what's our plan? So this is where we as a community need to come together and say, okay, we all agree, we need this mission, we need this. What's our plan? What's our plan? And so that's what I would like for us to hit on today. What's our plan? How? Who? So the first step is, if you're starting a business, identifying your target market. Who is your audience? Who are you trying to reach? And I don't want this to be, I'm done with the lecture part. I don't want this to be just a lecture of me preaching to the choir, because I think you all get it or you wouldn't be here. So I would love for everyone to chime in. Who do you think we should be reaching out to? So obviously, we want to reach out to those who are closest to us, our children, the children that we see all of the time. Unfortunately, we're not seeing a lot of children all the time. When I thought about, we need to have more youth activities, we need to have more things for the youth, in the back of my mind, because you know, you always have this doubt that comes from within. In the back of my mind, I started to say, well, we only got like maybe 8 or 9 kids in the masjid. Is there really a huge need when it's so small? But the first thing is, we need to think, I think, and please chime in the chat. What do you think? We need to broaden that circle. So we need to think in terms of, who are the Muslims in our children in our area, at other masjids that we don't see, that may even be a little farther away in surrounding communities that we have relationships with. Milwaukee, Indianapolis, that we can maybe pull these children into. We can't just think what's in our community. That's one. The second thing is the youth that are not necessarily our children directly. We have what I like to think of in my mind as a lot of mixed families, blended families, children who are one parent is Muslim, the other parent is not, or children who are our grandchildren or cousins and nephews and nieces who are who have a Muslim background through grandpa and auntie and uncle, but they are not Muslim or they don't identify as Muslim. We still want to reach those children too. And third, we have children in our community. The Taqwa Center specifically is located in a community that is seeing um, low income families, a lot of them increasing numbers of violence and increasing numbers of community in stress. So how can we also reach out to those children? Is there a way that we can include programming to include more children than just the children in our circle? Can we broaden our scope a little bit? Our children have friends and friends of their friends. And I don't want to go on. Sister Gloria raised her hand. So go ahead, Dr. Gloria. What did you want to say?
Assalamu alaikum. I think that your topic and your ideas are amazing. Um, I feel very, very close to this topic. Um, as someone who's worked with youth in education, in mental health, and as an alternative healthcare practitioner, I absolutely believe that we can do this. I think this concept can be broadened to having partnerships with other masjids, and not just locally, but across the country, having partnerships and creating programs on Zoom, because we know it's still quite unsafe in a lot of respects. Not in all respects with regard to the pandemic. We know that things are improving somewhat. But, having Zoom meetings with them where we have topics and projects and things to engage them around the teachings of Al-Islam, around their own socialization, what their struggles are, giving them a platform and a venue to talk, to speak their mind. Because right now, folks don't have it. In my family, we had one of my nieces recently passed away, and she was funeralized yesterday. And, one of my own children who came from out of town for the funeral, and she's certainly not a youth in that respect. She's older than that. But she really felt that people were very impersonal. She's been away because folks are afraid to hug. Folks are afraid of that physical contact. And my niece was Christian, so it was in a church. The church was absolutely over jammed. And I left because I felt uncomfortable being in such tight quarters with so many people. And, I kept going outside, coming back, because I was adhering to my own personal 15-minute limit. But the point is that my daughter felt very isolated herself. And she's not a youth in that sense. She's not a young child or high school or anything like that. So that's my comment. I think that this should be on the tips of everyone's tongue in this community, on how we can better engage our youth in a meaningful way for them, not for us. Not preaching at them, but giving them a platform. So I probably went on too long. Sorry.
That's okay. That's okay, because I would like to. Anybody who wants to jump in, I appreciate it. And I like the way Dr. Gloria did it. She raised her hand, so we can kind of proceed with some kind of discipline, not a free for all. But I do really want to everyone to continue to
Can I add to
contribute.
what, can I kind of jump
Sure,
on
go
what
ahead.
you said just
Mhm.
a bit? It's, I think you all both bring up a great point that, you know, mental health and then the pandemic on top of it, right? And so maybe starting out, I think we're in a really good space in terms of people understanding what Zoom is and what, you know, communicating and doing things digitally. And especially if we're expanding, right? If we're expanding to folks in Milwaukee and other spaces, using that platform will be essential, and everybody knows how to do it now. And it also keeps, you know, the part of what I always think is that it's better for it to come from the youth, what they want to do, right? Because, you know, I've been known to come up with some stuff, and my children like, yeah, I'm not doing it. So,
Why? Why we gotta do this? That's why I
yeah,
said
why, yeah,
why.
look, the why question. So I think this is a very, very relevant topic, and I see that Sister Zakia Sadiq wrote in the chat as well. She said also reach out and include young adults in their 20s and 30s and bring them back into the fold and embrace them. And so yeah, so and I don't know how we define youth and how we define young adult. It varies with folks, and I think that's another kind of question of who we're talking about, and where does that extend to? Because I think, you know, there is room for us to add programming to every age group, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. So, my old people glasses. But so everybody's bringing up a valid point, and what I'm hearing, or the themes that I'm hearing, is the idea of isolation and this pandemic and being isolated, and also in creating programming. So that's a recurring theme, and partnerships, programming and partnerships. And here's the thing. We have to include activities that they want to participate in. So, family talk about what I'm going to ask you to do. In your next newsletter, you will get a survey that I'm asking, please fill out with your children, or you can fill out by yourself or with your children, but it's a very short survey. We want to know what is it, kinds of activities that they would like to see. And I'm going to ask this a little bit later on. What activities would they like to see? What do they enjoy? Do they want more outdoor activity? Do they want more one-on-one? Do they want more fun, social? And for you as parents, what's your priority? Do you want to see more activities as far as Islamic education? Because we really need to also step up that. Are we educating our children and what this thing means and what their responsibilities are, and what the response is to some questions that society is putting out to them? What's Islam's stance on this? What's Islam's stance on that? And are we getting that information to them? But moving on to planning, I thought of sitting down and making a quarterly plan. So we're in the middle of the first quarter. That's a good, I'll write that in my notes, a Big Brother, Big Sister program. That was from Sister Rashida. Thank you, Sister Rashida. So she's talking about mentorship. And especially as we have our youth who are career oriented, they have certain ideas, also finding them people in their field within our circle or circle of our circle that can help guide them, help them with college planning and with their career aspirations. So that's something we also need to consider. And I did put that down, mentorship. But in terms of breaking this down, so we know who we want to reach. We know what we want to do. We want to increase programming and partnerships. How do we do this? I can help with planning for our youth. Thank you. I'm going to hold you to that. Was that you, Aisha? I think so.
It was college planning, though. I was, you know.
I got you.
Yeah,
college
no, absolutely.
Yeah, and I love that. If you see something that you would like to volunteer for, I'm putting your name down. Just
Yes,
jump in and
please
say,
do.
I would like to help with this. Um, many, many years ago, and these children are all grown now, we did our one time only, we did a college tour. And it was just awesome. We took them from Chicago and we toured historically Black colleges, and we ended in Atlanta, and we had a chance for them to spend a weekend there with the masjid at the high school there, and it was wonderful. And of course, in a pandemic, we can't do that, but just for them to know that we are supporting them in their college aspirations is can be foundational. We need to identify resources for funding. Yes, okay, let's talk about funding. We'll talk about that. But first, let's talk about things that we can do for free. I'll put that down, funding. So if we divide our year into quarters, we're in the first quarter, January, February, March. January is gone. We have February. And in any business, you have your high season and your low season. And what you do is you use your high season to secure your resources, your funding, your everything during your high season, so that during your low season, you have enough to sustain you. Well, our high season is approaching. And what's our high season? The second quarter this year. April, May, June, because April we have Ramadan, May we have Eid, and that is when we get the most participation, the most engagement from our youth. So we have time now. This is why I was talked to Aisha, Dr. Elamine, and she had something in schedule for the end of January. I was like, please, please, please put me in, because we need to start planning now for Ramadan activities for our youth, and even Eid activities for our youth. We don't want to wait till the middle of Ramadan, because first of all, it puts a lot of pressure on us when we're trying to focus on other things to be planning activities during Ramadan. If we can use February and March to get our plan solidified, get it solid, what we're going to do, how we're going to do it, when it's going to happen, get advertisement, promos, graphics, everything ready, then when Ramadan comes, all we have to do is roll it out. And we can focus. It makes it a lot easier. So if you want to be in the Ramadan planning committee, if you want to start, yes, we need a youth planning committee. Absolutely. And anybody who says that is going to be put on the volunteer list. No, I'm just kidding. So like I said, we're going to send this form out, and you can put down where your interests are. If you say, I can't help you with this, Jamila, all year round, but I can help during Ramadan, because like I said, that becomes our high point. So we have to think, how will we engage our children in February, in March, so that when Ramadan comes, it's not the first time they hear from us. Like we're just now reaching out, hey, let's do this for Ramadan. And we haven't been building that up. So what I'm finding in marketing is you want to already be building your email community, your social media networks. You want to already start connecting with them on this level. Oh, good. You want to already start connecting with them on this level, so that when your big event comes, you already have, I got 900 emails, I got 150 people on my social media. That's not a lot. 1,000 people in my social media, and we're already a community. That's what we need to find. And we need to find out, where are our youth community-wise? So for me, when I'm working with my business, I'm in like 100 social media Facebooks, because people my age, that's where they are. I can't drag my daughter onto Facebook. I can't, they have no interest. So we have to find out, where are our youth hanging out on social media? Because we have to go where they are. I had a friend who showed me her TikTok post, and she was like, look at my TikTok, my first TikTok. Are you on TikTok? I'm like, no, and I have no interest, none. But if that's where they are, that's where they need to go. One of my son's friends, his mom was like, is your son on Discord? That's where the kids are. That's where they meet. I was like, what is Discord? So that's why it's important, as we form a planning committee, if you have youth, ideally, especially for teens, it should be their committee with maybe someone there to kind of make sure they don't go off the rail or give advice, but it should be their committee. And if we could get a committee, if it's just 2, 3, or 4 kids who are interested, bowling, miniature golf course, movie, uh, text group. Yes, Brother Mustafa, I saw that. Yes, and I was planning bowling for like 2 weeks from now because we have to find things that they enjoy. And this is one of the things that I feel we really have not done a lot of in the past. Even as I was growing up, we had every Thursday skating or every other Thursday skating. I don't even remember now how often it was. It seemed like it happened a lot, but it was something that brought us together and it was fun, just fun. And the memory of it stays with me to this day. And those of us who went and participated, we're all still like family today. So activities that are fun. Oh, is that my son, Ali? Uh, he definitely is one on Discord. And so one idea that I had was that maybe with parents who are willing to share or their children are already on social media, we can form groups where they can play together, for example, on Minecraft. That's my daughter. Sure. The idea was that in Minecraft, you can have a group of friends and they all play together building something. And that's an activity that particularly tweens love. Actually, my teenage son still does it too, where they work together collaboratively and building something in Minecraft. I don't understand, but they enjoy doing it. And it would be a safe spot if we can gather them all together in one. He likes doing it a lot. Okay, thank you, Ali. Yes, he likes Minecraft a lot. But it would be nice if they could form groups. And I told them that I would bring this up and see if we could work out a way that through these games that have social components, a lot of games, they meet other teams there. And my issue with these games is I don't know these other teams. I don't know the kids. But if we could, yes, this is a key. That's what I'm saying. If we can find a way to utilize these games so that they are connecting with each other socially in these groups, because you can make a small group of Minecraft players. Ali, correct me if I'm wrong. And they can play with each other within the group. And then that's a safer way for them to socialize with each other through something that they enjoy. Because they can set up, for example, a Friday night game from 7 to 9. They come in, they play with each other, they leave. Does it have to be? I know a lot of concern is we don't want them playing more on the online. Well, unfortunately, oh, Anwar says Minecraft sounds good. So yes, I will send that information. I will put a special in the Google form, a special line, parents, if you want to add your child's Minecraft information. Um, how would we talk? We need like voice chat modes or something. Ali could set that up for us. And it would be a way that they could socialize and through Discord. And there's a game. It used last year. We missed it. We missed it. Last year, the number one thing was everybody wanted to play Among Us. And these things come so rapidly. So last year was Among Us. It's kind of dipped down. And but we can find what's the new thing this year, because this year will be something new. What about people who aren't old enough for Discord? She's not old enough for Discord. That's my 10-year-old. But we can find other ways. So we don't have to. Actually, I was going to say we don't have to do it right now, but since okay, she's 11. She had her birthday. Since the youth are chiming in, Anwar, Ali, Asia, anyone else, feel free, jump in. Tell us your ideas. If you have something else you have in mind that you really enjoy. And it doesn't just have to be something online. So I hear you loud and clear with Minecraft and Discord. Asia likes Roblox. I've cut that off because of the social media aspect of it, but that's something If we have Roblox players, is there anything else that you all would enjoy doing together? Oh, she doesn't like Roblox anymore. Okay, I stand corrected. We would have to get a server for Minecraft. Anwar, we need a server for Minecraft.
Yes.
Okay, or a server for Discord. Okay, we could do that. What you need, we will find a way to do it. If you tell us this is something you all really just for Minecraft, Nazi, both.
Minecraft servers cost money.
Okay, thank you.
They don't always cost
We'll
money.
find a way to
Mute
do it.
your thing. It's very distracting. What is that? Oh.
So Nazi says both. Nazi, you're saying both to Minecraft and to Discord? Oh, you need servers for both Minecraft and Discord. I got it now. Yes. Okay, thank you. If there's any other ideas, just shout them out. We really want to hear from you. So I'm hearing from a lot of the guys. Only Assie is the only girl. Remember the teen game show, Know Your Heritage? I think they would, oh, it went away too fast. If we have a Discord server, we could set, I can read the messages.
So it says, remember the game show, Your Heritage. I think that they would enjoy something like that with Islamic knowledge also. Nazi, yeah, they're going up fast. Let's see. It says, if we have a Discord server, we could set up different things through there. Imam Tariq just looked it up and he said it's definitely doable. He sees something for like $9 a month for the server. So I think we list these things and then we figure out how to make it happen for you all. If we just have a bunch of different things, it goes back to some of them will require resources and we can figure that out. But knowing, I think is a good thing.
Yes. So if you have something that you think to yourself, I would love to go or do this, but I know it's too expensive, so I won't mention it. Mention it. When we planned our trip, our college tour, we thought, oh my God, when we really sat down and planned it, it costs so much money. But then a game or drawing activities. All right, actually. Oh, Sophia said movie night. What do you mean? By where we go to the movies or we just have the movies at the mansion or something? Oh, where they have, oh, okay. So on a lot of movies now where you can have where you all join together like through the app.
Yeah, and there's like websites.
And there's websites where we all watch the movie together and like chat as the movie goes along. You'd enjoy that? A horror movie? We watched a good horror movie the other day. That was good. For teenagers. We could watch movies through Discord. Disney Plus has a feature for that too. Naila, that sounds good. Okay, so we get movie night suggestions, and that's something we could set up like a Saturday night movie. How often though? So a movie night. And Nazi said to check it out through Discord. Sophia said there's other apps. I'm writing these down. Yeah, so and see, this is the thing I'm saying. If we start getting them involved now, then YouTube, they can play the movie through Zoom. Plenty of possibilities. Okay, I never heard of that, but okay. But if we start these activities now, get them used, get them having fun, then when Ramadan comes and we say we're gonna have a special session that's just on the life of the Prophet, they're more likely to participate. I want to make sure that you have, thank you. That would be, I was thinking, I'm not going to remember some of these things. That would be awesome. A movie night sounds great. I'm wondering about classes. I have a sister for the younger kids who is willing to teach, and we're trying to arrange it through a Zoom or another source similar to Zoom, where you do where she's offering to teach a cooking class for youth. So she would be there, and it would be just easy recipes for kids. And we were thinking of setting this up before Ramadan. So teaching them like easy recipes that they could do for iftar. What was the age of the horror movie you said you watched last night? What was the name? The name. Um, we watched scary movies to watch in the dark, scary movies to tell in the dark. And I watched it with my 11-year-old, and it slightly scary elements, but no horrible gore. It was just ew. But we enjoyed it. It was very suspenseful. Anyway, I'll give my review later. Scary movies to tell in the dark, and it was on Netflix. Oh, that's wonderful, because my son is asking me things about car. He would like to learn how to work on cars. So that would be wonderful. I think Shamsuddin's son, Taki, is also interested in learning basic auto mechanics. So that would be great. And I could bring my beat up car for you guys to work on. And Asia said fall flat. Somebody said, so we're going to have all this in the chat. We're going to investigate. We're going to investigate everything. Listen, youth, everything you tell us you're interested in, we are committed to seeing if we can make that happen for you. As long as it's age appropriate, as long as it's Islamically appropriate, if we can make it happen, we're going to try. We're absolutely going to give it a shot. That's why we're doing this now in January, so that some things may roll out and take a little bit longer. But if that's what you're interested in, that's what we're interested in. We're here for you. We want to support you. We're trying to connect to you through the things that you love. And we'll find a way. What about creating an obstacle course? Yes, because this is the thing. So we got our high season coming up, April, May, June, which April and May, we got Ramadan, we got Eid, but then we get July, August, September. I'm interested. I didn't read that. I couldn't read it. But we have our summer months. And so with the pandemic, we can have outdoor things that we don't have to worry about the pandemic as much. So an obstacle course. So think in terms of things you would like to do also during the summer months outdoors, because we would love to spend the summer with you. Oh, Sophia said, can we go sledding? I don't know where you are in Illinois, but in Indiana, we have lots of places, and we have snow now. We should set that up. The snow is going to be going away, hopefully. Hopefully, but we can do, and this is the thing, if we have your contact information, then we have a big snow, then a couple of days later, we could quickly just send out everybody email and say, here, let's meet here and go sledding. We could go sledding, we could bring, what's it called? Thermoses of hot chocolate and just hang out outdoors. It's nice and safe. We're safer. Probably one of the safest things we could do, and we can have fun because we like to go sledding. We have gone sledding. And Asia just said, what did you say, Asia? I can't see the messages. Okay, I don't know what she said. But she said
she's
a couple of
interested in
things that
making
she wanted to
indie
set up.
video.
One of my friends in her organization with youth for the newsletter, they set up once a month that they do a monthly newsletter that is a video. So it looks like a news report. It's just a news report that they do once a month, and it's completely done by youth. They are the cameramen, they are the they do the cameras, they do the text, they set it up, it's the table. It is really nice, describing everything going on in the masjid that month that happened. And it's an opportunity for them to kind of get a feel for some things behind the scenes. So we can also do a newsletter that's strictly for the youth. We can do this. Asia put in ice skating and roller rink. So the roller rink is a little more difficult because of the pandemic. We do need to be outside as much as possible, but the ice skating is a possibility here in Indiana. I'm not sure if you're aware. We could set up a studio. That would be awesome. Um, at the Masjid in Deep River Water Park. If you're familiar with Deep River Water Park, in the winter, they turn the whole thing into an ice skating zone that's just like ice. It's beautiful. You can do it at night. Rashid said a sports analysis group. Like for the video, is that what he's referring to?
No, he just spends a lot of time talking about different games, and they just like analyze it and they pick apart the players. And I was just wondering, that's just something that I've seen him do, and I'm just wondering if you all could create a group where, like a males group, and it's just like their own. They just get together via Zoom and they just talk about different games that happen and who they
Like the
think.
last basketball game or the last football game?
Exactly. But it's just youth that get together and talk about it, males, and that's because that's all I hear him talking about with his friends. So that's why I thought it was, and I think he's very good at it, and he also is very analytical with how he feels about it. So that would just be a way of, hopefully maybe even trying to hone into their broadcasting skills. Like it doesn't have to just be all males. It could be if you watch sports. I just don't watch sports, but if you watch sports and you want to chime in and maybe once a week you all get together and you just kind of like pick apart a game or the upcoming games. I just thought that might be a good idea.
Okay. Oh, peace and Mississippi. Have a paint and sip. Yes, I thought about that for the youth and one for teenagers. What do you think? A paint and sip? You remember we did it like at Michael's one time where they come when they did it, and we did the library where you come and somebody leads you through and paint a picture and they give you. Okay, it's a painting party where you get like a little paint. We did the flower thing with the color wheel with Nita. Okay, she doesn't remember. A butterfly. Yes, that's a great example. You could do one for youth, and we actually know a sister who could lead it. We might have some youth who can lead it. Oh, my daughter loves to read, and I'm in a book club for adults, but a book club for youth would be wonderful. We can start a book club for youth. If there are other youth who love to read and would like to have a book club, and it's also great for them academically to read and analyze stories and talk about how they felt. I know someone who's in a book club, and the way they work it is you read the book and then you watch the movie. So that way people who miss the book can still participate by watching the movie. And you can kind of do both. And of course you can compare the two. And now that there's so many books that are movies, oh, your daughter would enjoy a book club. Okay. So we're taking note of all of these ideas. And like I said, in addition to this, I'm going to send you a form. I'm just checking the time, make sure we stay timely. And that way you could put more, we will work it out. Oh, Naila will be interested in a book club. Naila, what's your age? I'm not sure, because I think Malia, she's 15, so maybe it's slightly older. So maybe two separate clubs, because I think Malia and Asia are around the same age. She's 11, and I think Mustafa, your daughter's 10 or 9. I'm not sure. But we can open it, and the thing is, if we do these things online, then we can also recruit Muslims from neighboring communities. We can do Muslims from across the country if we do these things online. And unfortunately, right now, we're going to have to do some things online. And one thing I wanted to bring up is if you're familiar with MENA, a Muslim Youth of North America, should be 30. Oh, she's older than my daughter. I thought she was younger. So if you're familiar with MENA, Muslim Youth of North America, and what they do is they have an yes, thank you. What they do is they have an organization where you organize the youth into leagues and teams. So our masjid, for example, they have a basketball league. And our master could say, we want to sponsor our basketball team. We get 5 kids who want to play, and they practice, they meet, and then they have scrimmages with other Muslim youth basketball teams. So they have a whole variety already set up. And you compete with people around the country, the city, and then they have a regional level, and then they have a national level. And I know a team out of DC. My best friend's daughter was on it. They formed, it was girls, they formed their basketball group, and they went all the way to the MENA Nationals, and they have it for speech and debate and all kinds of things that you can participate in, so that we don't always have to reinvent the wheel. They have groups. All we have to do is say we have a lot of youth that be interested in forming this basketball team, and we want to enter ourselves as a team in this league, and then we would have the opportunity to do that. And they have basketball and soccer. I don't think they have football. They have speech and other activities. So that is an avenue that's available to us. And of course, there are camps in the summer. We could do a weekend camp, don't have to do long. So we want to think big. What are things that we would like to do with our youth? We could plan a trip to go to DC or to travel, all the things that they want. And we're going to try and come up with a quarterly plan. So that we roll out these activities and really get them involved. So we have roughly 10 minutes, 6 minutes left. And I'm really, really happy. Thank you, you guys. Thank you for everyone who contributed. And I'd like to leave the space open so more people can contribute. If you have ideas or you just want to make a comment or something we haven't covered, please, the floor is open.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Sister Jamila, thank you so much for your energy and your leadership and for the conversation. Very, very inspiring. And I just want to encourage anybody who found benefit in this. Sister Jamila, with all the hats that she's wearing, agreed to take that leadership for the masjids, for the youth development programming, to join her. To join in that. So thank you so much for a great discussion, and looking for great benefit out of this.
And you're welcome. And if somebody could type in my email where people can email me directly if they have comments afterwards. Oh, she's going to do it for me. Thank you. Here she comes. Jay, here we go. Jay, capital L9 at Yahoo. All old people have Yahoo or Hotmail. Jay, capital L9. You got it?
Yeah, I put it in there.
Oh, she did. See, you just thank you.
Oh, I can't.
I know it's hard.
Don't accidentally send it.
I didn't. I don't know how to get back now. All right. Were there any other anybody else have anything else they wanted to contribute? Oh, someone said a movie night during Black History Month might be a good start. Okay. Yes, and we can't forget that I think Sun Theater, do they still have a youth component? My daughter came to me and said, Mom, I want to do musical theater. And I'm thinking, how am I going to arrange that? And then I thought, oh, Sun Theater. We could even start working now. We did the Zoom play last time for Eid. We can work on a Zoom play with the youth this time for Eid. If we work on it during February or March, if there are youth who are interested in doing a Zoom play or writing a Zoom play, it doesn't have to be written by an adult. If we have a youth who likes to write, would be interested in writing. Someone brought up the question about what is our age group? So definitely we're looking at like from toddler to 18, but we can't forget poetry. Oh, Asia said poetry. She's interested in poetry now. We can't forget our what we consider new adults, which would be 18 to 24. Thank you. Because although they are adults now, we want to make sure that we are also connecting with them, because that is an age of disconnection. You're moving away from home, you're moving away from measure, going to college, and we don't want to lose our connection with you because you have gone on to other things in your life. We still want to be involved and we want to support you. And we definitely want to hear from you also, our new adults. What would you like to see us or do for yourself that we could support you in? If anybody wants to chime in the last 2 minutes.
I just like to say I really enjoyed this. And as an adult, I participated in a movie series last Black History Month. It was for adults, but it could very well be for younger people, as long as you got a good format and you have a really good discussion following the movie, a little bit of an introduction. I found it to be something that I was really looking forward to. And then we found younger people actually joining it, although they had not been targeted. So I think that might work pretty well.
Can you tell us what was the series?
Well, I can remember a couple of the movies, okay? Because the one about the Black Panther, who basically turned was FBI undercover.
Okay.
That was
right.
one.
With Lakeith Stanfield.
Yes. I'm trying to remember. There was another one. There was another one about the Underground Railroad or something to that effect. I can't, because there have been several with that title or with that theme. And there are two more that I've forgotten one of them. But what I remember more so than the movie, honestly, was the really lively discussion right afterwards. You know, with everybody on the screen.
Judas and the Black Messiah.
Yes, Judas and the Black Messiah. Right.
Yes. And then there was the one with the gentleman, Muhammad Ali, Sam Cooke.
Yes. That was One Night in Miami.
One Night in Miami.
Yeah.
That was, so maybe we could have a Black History Month theme movie, maybe every Saturday with discussion. Something that we could watch and discuss. That's an excellent idea. And we will see how we can make that happen. And now it's 2:00. So like I said, I'm going to send that Google form out. And I'm going to also, you have my email. If you have suggestions or movies or websites or apps or games you would like, adults or children, that is how you can reach me at JAY9@yahoo.com.
Well, thank you so much.
He said Harriet, Selma, Emil Till's story, etc.
Well, thank you so much, sis. I really appreciate you, Sister Jamila, as always. And please do reach out because I know we have some phenomenal things in the chat already, and we want to continue to add to that list. And please also reach out to volunteer to help. This is many hands make light work. So Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, may Allah bless you for your work and your efforts. May He bless our community and our youth, and for us to do things that attract them and hold them and take care of them and uplift them. Inshallah, believers, you all have a beautiful day.
Yes, thank you for joining us. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum.